welcome back to another episode of Teaching and Lifestyle in China. As a foreigner, like we always do, I'd ask you, how are you doing today? I know you're taking good care of yourself. I know you're staying inside just to stay away from this deadly disease, and you're staying safe as the authorities are putting out. Thanks so much for clicking on my video, and let's get straight into the video today. It's been a stressful week for our African brothers as we speak. Most of them, we can say that they've been through a lot since the week started, and the stories keep coming in. It keeps coming in, day out. And I want to say this: big shout outs to every person on WeChat, that is putting out these videos. We might not be able to be there to capture all these footages, but they help us so much to the extent that whatever is happening in any of the provinces, they put it on the WeChat platform so that we get materials. It's like the materials are at our disposal. So we say thank you, and we appreciate you. We have to give credit to who credit is due. Yes. So these videos that we're going to watch, like I said, we've already given credit to the people who posted on the WeChat platforms. And today we're talking about all the trending issues that is happening in China as we speak, both locally, internationally, throughout the countries that are also concerned with what is happening actually. So the first one is we saw a video yesterday, and the person was speaking in the Nigerian native language, which I do not understand. So I forwarded it to a friend of mine who's Nigerian, and he was trying to explain to me what is really going on. And this was what he said. He said that the guy is trying to tell us that these people are taking a lot of his blood, and he doesn't know where they are taking the blood to and what actually they're doing with the blood. So you can just see the footage here as we speak, that the guy is lying there helpless, and the doctor, I don't know if it's okay, probably he might be a doctor, taking a lot of blood from him. And it's not only one person, there's another one too, and they were all complaining the reasons why they are taking a lot of blood from them. If this is a COVID-19 test, I think my viewers will bear with me that COVID-19 tests do not require blood. Even if it does, it might require just like a mile of blood like this. But you can see from the video, there's a lot of blood being pulled out, and we don't know what the reason might be. I don't know if it's because of language barrier or communication, but yes, though, you can use your phone if you don't understand what you're saying and get the actual reason why they're taking a lot of blood from our people. Yes. What I know is that with the COVID-19 test, they use I've forgotten the name. There's this just like an ear bud or something that they put inside your throat, and just there, and get a little bit of saliva, then they use it as a test or something. Yes. So I don't know why they are taking a lot of blood from these guys. So that is the first news that we saw yesterday on our WeChat platform. We also saw that our brothers who were taken into mandatory quarantine were also given some flowers and some food and some other stuff. And unfortunately, they were broadcasted on national television. That is the CGTN. That is the Chinese station most of the Chinese people watch, because they present a lot of stuff that concerns the outside world. So it was broadcasted, and we could see our brothers. And one thing I was so much amazed about was the fact that the last person said, "I'm very comfortable. I'm very, very comfortable," when the rose flower was presented to the person. I don't know if it's because the person has stayed outside for a very long time and he's hungry, and now they're giving him food. They've placed him in one of the 5-star hotels in China, and they've put in a camera on him, so he's trying to play nice to their game, and he's saying that, "I'm very, very comfortable." So let's just go check the video out. Let's check the video out.
flower. Hey, the one in food.
Very comfortable.
We are very comfortable. Hey.
So from the horse's own mouth, I think the guy just mentioned that he's very, very comfortable. So just imagine somebody out there who is willing to fight for you, somebody out there who was putting in so much effort just to get things right. And he hears this that you're saying on national television that all the Chinese people are watching, and then you say that you're very, very comfortable. Okay, so maybe he's comfortable where he is, so we can't blame him that much. But other people, our concerns are what we saw outside, that our brothers are moving in the street in numbers, moving in the streets of Guangzhou, and do not have places to sleep, do not have foods to eat, and that raised our concerns, and that was our plea, that was our cry. So we thank God that they've got a place for them, that our brother is saying they're comfortable. So just like what we saw in the previous video, that our brother said he was comfortable, I think that particular footage went on national television, but other ones that we have on WeChat platforms didn't make it to the national television. But what I'm trying to ask myself is that, do foreigners even watch the Chinese stations in China? Because most of the times foreigners are on WeChat, or foreigners are on Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, or probably your VPN might be on, and you might be doing something. So it only took grace for these guys that we give credit to was watching the Chinese station and was able to capture the footage for us and then tell us that, oh, our brothers are saying they're very comfortable, and they're giving them rose flower. That one is cracking me up. They're giving them rose flower and all these things. And we also have our brothers who were bold enough to also say that they do not like the things they're presenting to them. So let's go find out the reasons why they are rejecting the food now. A lot of people have seen Nigerian videos rejecting the food they've been given to them. I've seen people from Togo and other French countries. I don't know if they're from other French nationals who are also insisting that they do not like the present the people are bringing to them. They do not like the food, and they've left it in the corridor of the hotel where they've been quarantined. So let's check the video.
For you, and here is for you.
No, thank you. We don't need
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My lady, thank you. Beyond means you do not need
你们谢谢你们，我们不要。这个是什么意思 ？It's what this one is about it.
They have written in English and French and Chinese.
No, we can take the paper, but the gift is okay. No, it's okay. Thank you. We don't need it. Thank you. Thank you. 谢谢你们。
你们的体温计啊？
我们不要。
你们不是破了吗？ The thermometer is broken, right?
谢谢你们。
We have a new one.
You give us the thermometer, but we don't need the gift. You can remove only the thermometer to give us.
佢唔肯要啊，點辦啊？It's the mask.
No, we have mask. We have mask. So you give us only the thermometer. The thermometer is okay, but the gift, okay. Okay. 谢谢你们。可以了，谢谢你们。
So they only took the thermometer for checking their temperature if they are okay. And aside that, they did not take anything from them. That is the most painful thing you can do to a Chinese person. Giving you a gift and then boldly you say it to her face, I don't need it. I don't like it. So just imagine that on national television, if these people came to brothers and sisters where they've been quarantined, and they were bold enough to say that, why are we here? Why are you keeping us here? We have houses that you can keep us there and still run your test, the needed test that you need to do. But you've brought us here to stay in this hotel and we are not, something like that. Do you think that they were going to try and then show these things on TV? So they tried to capture the calm ones. They take the camera there just for, these people, a lot of things that they do that they just want to look good in the face of people. You get, so they just put a camera on the right person and order you to. They will not even order you. The kind of treatments they'll give you, you would be even willing to speak all your heart out, just like what our brother said. I'm comfortable. So let's check another video that I was talking about with the French people who were also not pleased with the gifts that they're sending them, and you could see that the food is piling up. It's piling up in front of the doors of where they stay. So let's check the video out. Okay, so I don't understand French, but that doesn't mean that I don't understand actions. What he's trying to say is that just look inside the corridor and see the number of food that they've brought to us, and we've left everything in front of the door, so you can see a lot of them piling up. I think in the morning, in the afternoon, when they bring the food, people want to go to their homes. People want to get back to whatever they were doing. They don't want to stay in this day-tree quarantine and at the end of the day eat what you would give them. They want to buy their own food. So let these people go if truly they've tested negative. There are also videos of the Nigerian federal government who also met the Chinese ambassador to Nigeria yesterday. I think I posted that video. They had a lot of chats and they just want to make things right. That's how I see it. But the truth is, you cannot hide the truth. Yes, you cannot hide the truth. The fact that you people are meeting, discussing stuff. I even heard the federal government, that is the I've forgotten the guy's name, the guy who stood in for the meeting, mentioned that Jack Ma did a lot of good things for the Nigerians during this epidemic. We're not talking about that. Yes, we appreciate the fact that Jack Ma is helping all the African countries, and these people, they help you to their own kind of gain. Though they're helping you, but they have a lot of things that they're gaining from you. One thing you should know is that whenever a Chinese person is very good to you, it's either he's making something from you or he's trying to milk you out, because these people don't do favors for free like that. That's what I know. Yes. So that's what the man said, and you can read from the comment section. A lot of Nigerians were pissed about the fact that he should address the issue and not try to be nice and all that. But you understand these government officials. Sometimes you have to play nice to just play nice. Yes, so that's it. And also the last part is going to be China vows to treat foreigners very nicely henceforth. So I think our cry has been heard, and we hope things are going to get better from the video they had yesterday. So there's this woman who also works on the CTGN TV, and I've forgotten her name. She spoke with one of the Nigerian guys in Shanghai, and this is what they also had to say. So let's go and then listen to that video, and when we come back, we'll bring the video to an end.
The spotlight was on the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou in recent days over reports of ill treatment on people of African descent. Was it xenophobia? Was it overzealousness in carrying out measures amid fears of a viral resurgence? Or was it a matter of nerves getting frayed? And in the United States, some end up getting the shorter end of the stick amid the pandemic. Who are most vulnerable and how are they coping? Welcome to The Point, an opinion show coming to you live from Beijing. I'm Li Xin. China set the record straight on reports picked up by some in the international media that people of African descent in the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou were ill-treated with aggressive coronavirus testing and forced quarantines. Is there indeed a systemic policy of discrimination against the African community? What's the bigger picture, and what have Chinese authorities done to clear up the situation, and how are the ways looking ahead? We are pleased to be joined for this discussion by Mr. Gio John, General Secretary of the African Chamber of Commerce in China, and from Beijing, Aina Tangan, a current affairs commentator. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. And Mr. John, let me go to you first. since the beginning of the information coming out of Guangzhou of ill treatment of people of African descent in that city because of the strict quarantine measures, what have you heard in terms of complaints to you, and how serious, how prevalent was the problem? By the way, you were based in two of China's most populous cities, Beijing and Shanghai, and you have been in China for quite a while. So how serious do you judge the situation?
Thank you for inviting me. We have received a lot of complaints from Africans all over the world, not only in China. It started like slowly early last week, and then the pressure kind of went up because we started receiving videos and pictures of our brothers and sisters suffering and being homeless. So we just wanted to address it, contacting the local authorities and embassies to try to see what could have been done. So it was pretty serious because, you know, the media, especially the Western media, took the information quite quickly, and we started receiving complaints from not only from China, but from Africa. So we wanted to address it, and we are happy to have this opportunity tonight.
So what have you done, and what have you found out exactly what were behind the apparent ill treatment of these people who were reported? And I've seen some of the reports as well, either evicted from where they were living or denied accommodation in difficult times. So what did you find out about exactly why they were treated like that, and what are the possible causes of these incidents?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. You have online rumors about African being let's say, the new version, the new wave of this virus. Then after that, you started having information about Nigerians being kind of refusing to be tested because the government was trying to test all the African community in the city. Then it moved into something different about African fighting nurses and authorities in the city. And after that, the situation kind of escalated to another level where now we started receiving complaints from African people being discriminated against, whether they were trying to access malls, supermarkets, hospitals. Now they were being rejected. So I think at that moment, the situation kind of lost the main point, and the main reason why it all started from the beginning. So now you have different versions. You have Chinese coming up with their versions of facts. Then you have Africans, Nigerians, Kenyans, Cameroonians also expressing their own frustration. So it's very difficult now to pinpoint the origin of this. But what we know is for the past 4 or 5 years, we have observed an increase in racism, discrimination towards African people in Guangzhou, but it's going north as well. Even in Shanghai, we have seen now restaurants, clubs, bars rejecting Africans trying to access the venue. So I think it's something now where only a small problem in Guangzhou was able to kind of ignite the fire that is producing the situation that we are experiencing.
Yeah. Well, that's what you have heard. Why do you think there was this surge since the past 5 years of such sentiments towards African community here in China? And why do you think this time the situation was particularly severe and acute in Guangzhou? Help us understand that from your perspective.
From my perspective, you know, it started a few years ago with that Xiaobi advertisement where they were washing a black guy in washing machine. And I think that situation wasn't properly, let's say, fixed, because besides having excuses and apologize from the Xiaobi company, nothing was done from the government standpoint. Okay, there were no measures that was taken in order to prevent this kind of situation from happening again. Then after that, I think last year we experienced another thing when the city of Wuhan decided also to come up with a museum portraying African as animals. Okay, and then we started feeling like it was becoming, let's say, normal to be insensitive towards the feeling of African people living in China. And at the end of last year, Guangzhou we have received complaints about Africans being expelled from the hotel because there were some kind of there was a notification or a memo going around telling Africans should only book hotel above 4-star to 5-star hotel. So we have received complaints from local consulate complaining like, oh, you have a lot of Africans now being on the street, homeless because of...
Alright guys, so that is all that we have to say today, and like the caption goes, or the caption says, that Chinese vows to treat foreigners very well from henceforth. So these are some of the things that they had to say concerning what is happening and what they are going to do to help improve the situation as we speak. That is the sources from the Chinese foreign minister. These are some of the things that he had to say. So he said that he's going to improve medical observations and health management measures. He's going to treat all African citizens and other nationals without differentiation. And then the next one, he said he's going to provide more public health service and guidance. He further stated that he's going to take further measures to accommodate African nationals caught in difficulties. I think we've already seen that they've been moved to 5-star hotels, even though they were being rejected in 2-stars and 3-stars hotels earlier. And the next one says that he's going to establish an effective communication mechanism. I think language is a problem when it comes to China. So he's going to establish an effective communication mechanism. And the last one, he says he's going to firmly oppose any racist and discriminatory words or deeds. Let's hope all these things work like how he's putting it out. And we pray that everything will get back on track. Work will begin soon and we'll all go back to our normal lives as we were just a few months ago. Somebody just said this, that if 2020 was a human being, he wouldn't meet him and greet him. It's kind of sad. It's been a lot of crazy things going on during this period since January till this time, and we pray for the best. We pray for the best. That's all we can say. I hope you enjoyed this wonderful episode. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and tell a friend to tell a friend that teaching and lifestyle in China is here to stay. Keep it locked down.